this list of first-party games is so staggering that it doesn't even seem feasible. And this is a roadmap that every Xbox gamer should be excited for. It is here. We know about most of these games. I think there's one or two on here that that we don't know much about, or even if it's going to happen. But it's 35 plus games listed here. So let me read the list, Umbra, and then we'll break this down. Now, mind you, most of these games, ladies and gentlemen, are confirmed to either be releasing, some of which this year, next year, and the following year, but we know that they're in active development in some form or fashion. Check this list out. Hellblade 2, Avowed, Aura History Untold, Indiana Jones, Towerborn. Now he has Stalker 2, which that is a console exclusive. It is releasing on PC as well. That's not first party, at least yet. Age of Mythology Retold. Right now, every one of those games are coming out this year, whether it be for PC. Like, I think that the Age of Mythologies and Aura are PC only, which is fine. Most people have PCs now. That eventually will come to console. That is just this year, right? Contraband is also on that list. That's not coming this year. That's probably next year. You got Gears 6. You got the Gears collection. Fallout 5, whenever they start that project, we know it's eventually going to be released. Fable, Oblivion remake, that's basically been confirmed. Perfect Dark, which we're expecting to see at E3 this year, or whatever it's called. South of Midnight, Clockwork Revolution, The Outer Worlds 2, Killer Instinct 2, Forza Horizon 6, Blade, Doom Year Zero, Castle Wolfenstein 3, State of Decay 3, Spyro 4, Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War, StarCraft 3, which is the one that was, we don't know if it's in development or not, but I have a feeling that it is. Elder Scrolls 6, which we know they're working on, Everwild, The Evil Within 3, the Wu-Tang Clan game, which is going to be an exclusive, the
Overdose
Overdose from Kojima. You also have Project Dragon from IO Interactive, Project Tatanka from what's the name of the studio? Bloody hell. The one that's doing the Halo game. Crap. It'll come to me in a second. Banjo-Kazooie, which we think is the game that is going to be made by Toys for Bob. And he also has down here Halo Wars 3, which that studio is now independent. So that wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft goes over them and say, hey, listen, you guys want to make Halo Wars 3? Let's get it going. Umbra, this is
Affinity.
That's what it is. Certain Affinity. Thank you so much. This list is staggering. Like, we're talking about it because obviously there's not a lot of breaking news. So when Brett sent this over and said, hey, boom, just FYI, look at the games they have, I say, hey, this would make a really good, interesting topic for the community because there's a lot to get excited about. There's a lot of positivity in this list. This game list, Umbra, is when you talk about a stacked deck, this is it in spades. And when you consider their one-to-one rival, which is not Nintendo, it is PlayStation. PlayStation's roadmap is barren. It is a desert. We have no idea what they're doing because they're not saying, but all of these games we know. Mind you, there's a lot in development that we don't know. Let's talk about it, Umbra.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing. We have an overabundance. To be fair, like I'm looking at the chat just to see. Whole Grain points out that Oblivion wasn't confirmed and Wu-Tang is a rumor. I think Wu-Tang
is not a rumor. That game is in development. They've talked about that. So
that one, I can't remember the details behind the Wu-Tang thing because I listened to so many qualified people who speak on it, who have insider knowledge that I've kind of like, okay, that's what it is. So I'm not even sure what I remember on that. As far as Oblivion, we had heard many rumblings about that. Not sure how true it is. I hope it's very true. But we heard that's also why certain other fan-made mods were delayed and such because of the whole. Well, we actually saw that in the documents, actually, for the
Yeah,
Oblivion.
I got it in
So
front of me right here.
yeah,
First reported in 2021, Project Shaolin, as it's called, is an
yeah.
Xbox game described as a sort of a hip hop infused third person melee dungeon crawler with up to 4 player co op and a heavy helping of Wu Tang's music and style.
Uh, there you go, whole grain. You owe us an apology. You slandered Boom. Also, with the whole with the other one,
And this is being reported by Game Rant along with 6 other people reporting this.
yo, in Oblivion. The Oblivion was mentioned in the
In
court
the leaked
documents.
documents, the
Remember?
court documents,
Yeah, so
yes.
that definitely
Same
was
thing
in
with
there.
Fallout 3 remake.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So those were there. Those were definitely in there, whole grain. So I want to see your apology right now,
No
sir.
apology is necessary. Obviously, Colgrain is good here, brother.
We have to hold him to account. No, I'm joking. Seriously, no, but no, I mean this list is crazy, man. We see this, and it's a lot of promises. This is why I would never be like, oh, Xbox. Now the only thing I'm concerned, or at least not concerned, but like wondering at least, is when do we get these, right? Because it's a lot of, it's like you said, it's so much out there. How do you properly put all of these out where they're not stepping on their own toes? That's part of the problem. Um, and then, like, two, we've been hearing about these for a while now, and it's like nothing has come out yet, right? And there's no specific announcement for dates, things of that nature. So a lot of that feels like we heard about this, but we're not seeing anything. That's part of the problem, I think. Such as, okay, for instance, contraband. But we haven't seen anything else about that lately, right? So you want to hear more about things like that. And
Yes.
so I'm guessing we will see that. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we'll see it this summer, right? We'll see something new. We'll actually see the full gameplay put out there. I'll take that guess. I think it's an easy guess to make personally. But yeah, I think that's really what it comes down to, is we're just not seeing these things. Obviously, there are some games we've seen, and we have to understand that there's time is going to take for them. The Indiana Joneses, the Gear 6, the Oblivion, or the new Skyrim, or whatever, not Skyrim, but the new Elder Scrolls they're making, etc. You shouldn't be expecting the next Elder Scrolls until, I would say, 26 at the very least. 26, 27, I would say, personally. And I would want them to take all the time they can, because again, Oblivion is on my Mount Rushmore, and I want them to add to that. And I think that's really the problem, is that we just haven't seen these things. We know about them. We know that they exist for the most part, and we know that they'll be coming, but like we don't know when. So I think it leaves a lot of people kind of like, when are we going to get these games? Right? That's what the problem is. But I think if
Well,
you see
it's
this
funny.
list,
I have in
yeah,
front of me remember this post that got him a lot of smoke. Matt Booty was heard, and again, I found this on Reddit. I found this on NeoGaf. I found a couple of sites actually reported on this, and I remember hearing about it because we talked about it specifically, Umbra, where Matt Booty says that and I quote, Xbox has so many games, it's having trouble scheduling the actual releases. That
I
came
can believe
from
it.
directly Matt Booty. Now, again, he got a lot of smoke for that because that came out during 2022 when they didn't
True.
have any games.
Yeah, true. I remember that.
But now, again, this aged really well when now you take a step back, Umbra, and you go over the list that I just read to you, and you're like, damn, my God, that is a lot of games.
It's a ton of games. Is the problem is just, it's like we we're like that commercial with the guy. It's my money and I want it now. It's like that with games. It's my games. I want it now. We want it now. We are a generation now, in the generation or era of, we want it now. And I think that's the problem. And sometimes we don't want to wait for that thing to mature into whatever it needs to be. So a bit of it is on Microsoft. Then we had a dry 2022. 2023 we rebounded, and I think this year we're going to have a solid year of releases as well. It's pretty clear. And maybe 2025, maybe that's when a lot of this, because they've probably already taken into account that a lot of their timelines line up with what Sony is going to be doing as far as their releases too, and they have to combat them with good time releases as well, right? So I think,
someone had said something in the chat also that they have a feeling that's many of these releases are going to potentially be held back for the 2026 release of the new
Launch.
hardware?
It's possible. I mean, that makes some
Yeah, that'd be
sense.
cool too.
That makes some sense. I'm sure some of the latter ones. I mean, things like the next Elder Scrolls, that's not coming out on this system. I think it's pretty safe to say. I think it's pretty safe to say that it could be a launch title. How big would that be for the next console? That would be major if that
I
was the
mean,
case.
listen, let's just shoot from the hip here. Let's have some fun, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Let's just say 2026 is happening, and I will come to you in a second, Lou. Don't worry, brother. We're gonna get all your hot takes. Their launch lineup for 2026. It's the new hardware. It's the new power. It's the new box. It's the most powerful hardware that they've ever had, right? Because that's what Sarah Bond said, right? It's the biggest leap ever, right? Could you imagine, just for shits and giggles here, folks, that your launch lineup is Gear 6, Elder Scrolls 6. Is it Fable? Right? Is it Perfect Dark? Is it throw your favorite
Another
favorite flavor in
Halo.
there.
The
Yeah.
Halo we didn't get. Yep.
The Halo that we didn't get. Maybe it's Forza Horizon 6. Maybe it's the three pillars.
Yeah.
Maybe you're getting a Gears, a Forza, and Horizon all as launch titles for your new console in Xbox Game Pass. I mean, talk about sucking the air out of the room.
New Call of Duty. Like, yeah, thank you.
Yep.
The burn. Yeah, I mean, there's so many potential, so much potential. The thing is, I think, again, though, it has to line up right. And they don't want to cannibalize their sales either. So, like, the problem is, like, they can put those near, but not that near. Because you can't have Elder Scrolls come out and it's like, oh, here's Fable too. Like, that's gonna
honestly, I probably even should have mentioned Fables. I think Fables next year. I think 2025 holiday. That's my hot take.
I get your gist though, but I do agree. Like, clearly, there's potential for a lot of crazy launch releases and just a cadence of games coming out for the next gen Xbox. It's just about how they put them out. That's really what it comes down to. And as long as they're polished and solid, like well made, I don't think they have any worries personally.
I agree. I mean, listen, this is when I say two companies going in opposite directions. This used to be Sony. Sony used to put out these end of the world shows that would have people crying in their chairs, right? Like, obviously, if you look back to when they did the reveal with Spider-Man and Shenmue and Final Fantasy VII, it was the year of dreams, right? I mean, I watched that kind of funny episode with Greg Miller and his partner, and it was great. I watched it a couple of times because I love Tim. A lot of people, whether you like Tim or you don't, I like Tim Geddes, and he's emotional and he's fun. He's fun to watch, and that's one of those shows that I went back and watched multiple times because I really their passion was there, folks. This list in front of us, Louis, is monstrous, and it's so, there are so many games here that it doesn't even seem like it should be real, to be honest with you, because again, they have 35 plus name studios, or 34 name studios, not counting each of the studios that like the Call of Duty studios. They have 4 and 5 studios throughout the world. Yes, they're working on Call of Duty, but some of these development houses, like an Obsidian, have 4 teams. Now, they're all Obsidian teams, but they have 4 teams. They have the manpower to make these games. Let's talk about it, Louis.
My God. I mean, I don't get it because Xbox has no games. I just had to throw that salt in. I just had to throw it in. I mean, seriously, Mr. BoomStick. What a big list. And to be honest, man, I just say this. Take your time. I mean, release them when you can. Release them when they're ready because, listen, I don't want another Redfall situation. I don't want another Redfall situation. We all saw, what happened with Forza Motorsport, which, I know the core game was ready, but they had to. If I was them, I would have waited a while to release it, so they can release more modes in them and all that stuff, because That's how it is. Take your time with these games. I mean, it's such a big list of games that if they have to continue to next generation, at least we know we are getting games next generation too. So why the heck not? Take your time. I know a lot of people are desperate. I know a lot of people want to do this, but I remember one time, if I maybe I could be wrong. I don't know, but I think it was 2016 or 2017. I remember there was a year where PlayStation released a lot of exclusives right after another. Boom, 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 boom. They released
2018, 2019, and 2020 for PlayStation Studios was so freaking good.
Yeah,
There's no denying that they had a trilogy of years where they just released banger after banger after banger.
they released a lot of games. And did they get affected? Yeah, probably the majority did, because probably a lot of people didn't buy it because if they saw the next one and the next one and the next one, they're like, oh man, let me buy this one instead of this one. I'll wait for a little bit for this one to go on discount, and then buy it later. It probably affected their sales, and that's what happens. That probably what happened to the PlayStation Japan studios, that it got shut down, probably because they probably released the game during that era where there was so many games released that were actually more popular titles than what they had. And that's the thing, though. And what Matt Booty's doing, that he's releasing, 4 games a year. Maybe he should up with all the stuff happening. He should release it up. He should scale it a little bit up to 5, I think, because it's just so many games out there. I mean, if they're ready, go for it, release it, and man, let people enjoy it. And I agree with them, bro. I mean, for Oblivion, I was them. This is what I would do. I will wait next gen. No rush. Let's wait next gen. And if you're releasing that handheld with Oblivion, oh man, that's just gonna go bonkers right there. I mean, that's a game where you gotta have it on a handheld because you want to continue playing it because it's such an addicting game.